Fabio Azzolini is one. If I see the faces in the team of the Italian para team, many are well known over the years. We had Oscar de Pellegrin was one of the first big archers. Even actually, he was shooting even international events, not in para archery,
in the able-bodied events.
In the able-bodied, and he is now the vice president of the Italian Federation, and he's working on
that.
But for example, Fabio is a long-time archer. He's over the years always present, and but we have 3 new archers, 3 young girls that perform very well. And the important thing in para archery for me is that we just said it. You can shoot with able bodies in the same tournament.
Archery is
so
one
great.
of the easiest sports to accommodate people with physical disabilities and welcome them in the competition with people of all ages and all abilities as well. We're going to see later on today our first match in the afternoon. Our first 2 matches are going to be the visually impaired athletes, and some of you out there listening and watching in your homes may think visually impaired, and yes, they are in one class essentially blind. They have no discernible visual acuity, and they are required to shoot with blackout glasses or blindfolds on. In the other category, the V2-3 category, they have some sight, but it is measured in a classification requirement to be that they are the same across the board or within certain parameters. John Cavanagh looks like is going to be starting out this match on target 2. He is the higher ranked archer of the 2, coming in 7th from the qualification round.
6 high. Is it a smile on Fabio's face after the 6? I don't think that. He has still to shoot his first arrow.
I think it's a little too early to start smiling about that yet. Oh, nicely placed arrow though.
Fact is, I know Fabio, he's a very a person bringing a sunshine, a smile every time he comes in, as most of these archers. In 1 week, I didn't see a lot of disappointment.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the amenities that have been supplied here too, that the transportation has been consistent. The grounds have been very welcoming. They've been user-friendly. It's easy for the athletes. We have a full-size practice field on the backside of the stadium. They can go and continue to fine-tune their form and technique. Right now, John Cavanagh sits with a 22 for this end, and Fabio is shooting his last arrow. Right at 19. He lets it go. Nice start for Fabio with a 28. John has his work cut out for him. Judges coming out from the downrange canopy to score the arrows, make sure they are what we've seen. Coaches moving forward to talk to the athletes. Look at Fabio. He's having a good time out there, looking at the crowd, sharing stories with the coach, just very relaxed.
And again, to come back on archery. Archery is a family sport. I see kids playing with the bow, with their parents on the field, on the ground. Weekends spent with her. That's how I started to shoot. My dad and my mom were shooting. I started to shoot and I loved it. And because I was together with my friends, with my family. And when I learned about para archery, it was very early because I know Oscar de Pellegrin since many years, and Paola Fantato. You remember in Atlanta, she was shooting at the able-bodied Olympics in Atlanta for Italy.
We've had, through the years, World Archery has had many, I'm not going to say many, we have had a few para-athletes that have contributed to the growth of archery and the growth of para-archery, but displayed and competed very well at the able-bodied level. Neroli Fairhall from New Zealand for many years was a fixture on the international scene, just as Paolo was in '96. John starting out the match as he is the lowest scoring archer at this point in time. Took most of those 20 seconds. He let go with about 7 seconds left on the clock. But came back strong. It's just been first end jitters. Who knows?
Maybe liner.
Even the most experienced archer sometimes has those first end jitters.
The spotter says it's a liner, so we'll see. That's an 8. And you see the W1 are shooting compound, but without a scope. So they have just a recurve target pin on it. That's also important to know. You know, shooting a 27 with a bow that is not effectively a compound bow, but a hybrid, I would say, because there is no scope. They just shoot with a...
You don't have a lot of the advanced equipment that the compound open...
No magnification.
No magnification. You're not allowed a peep sight, and the poundage is left maximum at 45 pounds. When the compound open, the maximum is 60 pounds, and it's almost a... In the States, sometimes we have another archery organization in the same class. It was referred to an unlimited division, meaning just about anything is allowed to be placed on the bow that will have an impact or to the benefit of the archer if they believe it so. The basic restrictions are allowed. You're not allowed anything electronic or electric.
A camera view over the field.
There you see some of our spectators. In the stands. As Andrea said, it's still a little bit early. It is Sunday morning. People may be taking time for family. We appreciate the people who are here, though, and the athletes who have come to support their teammates out on the field.
The coach of Italy, Antonio Tosco, wants arrows back. He wants those arrows back. I don't know why he wants exactly those arrows. Come, run, he says. You see?
I'm not...
Unfortunately, we see him only from the back, but he's very active trying to communicate with the runners.
They want those particular arrows for some reason, it seems.
Well, fact is, Antonio Tosco, also international compound archer.
So Rio 16 places are now decided. All of them, and W1s, China and Great Britain each got an extra one after the finals. I'm doing it now.
All right.
Give me 5 minutes.
Thank you.
And John shooting the first out of the third end in the 9 at 3 o'clock, full 9. Fabio with an 8. He has still a 5-point advantage on the board. Yeah, John is an experienced archer. He knows he has to shoot until the last arrow. He shot a great 143 against 142 against John Walker, losing the semi-final by 1 point to the finalist John Walker, who is coming up next with David Drahoninski from Czech Republic, who did beat Fabio Azzolini in the semi-final. So nice end for John. Seems like he's picked up his pace just a hair. Having 2 ends left, Fabio must shoot a good arrow now. 8 high. If you see, all these arrows are high. I would move the side. The lowest arrow was an 8 at 9 o'clock. So I would move the side. I hope Antonio Tosco tells him the same thing. He goes back to discuss with the audience.
He's talking to the chief judge about something. And it may have been that communication he was trying to relay at the end of last end, where it seems that he was asking to have those 3 specific arrows back. What the scenario that happens here is that the athletes shoot 3 arrows. Then the arrows are pulled from the targets. They stay down at the canopy at the far end of the field, and then in the exchange, when the second set of 3 arrows are being scored and pulled, the first set of arrows come back. So the athlete has to have at least 6 arrows in their quiver to start out the match. And then once the match begins, they'll only have 3 arrows, unless they have additional arrows. But 6 arrows to shoot the match. They'll have a rotating set of 3 that goes around. And it seemed that the Italian coach was asking for the arrows from that one particular end, that second end, to come back as soon as the end was being pulled, and it's not the usual. It's not to say that the request is out of bounds by any means, but it's just not the usual mechanism and the rotation for getting arrows back to the athlete.
So we run into the 4th end, and with a 4-point lead by Fabio Azzolini. By the way, he has lost 2 points in this end, so...
John's making up a little ground. He still has a way to go. He's down by 4. Let's go with 9 seconds left in the 20-second clock. Azzolini up. Azzolini, I apologize for that mispronunciation. A 10. Maybe he likes that set of 3 arrows. John starting out strong, 2 9s. The first arrow has been labeled with a star, meaning that the spotter is not sure that it is the possibility of an upgrade to a 10, based on what we see back here. The spotters are back here with Andreas and I in the control area. We're probably about 60 meters away from the target, where the athletes are about 50 meters. They are 50 meters away from the target. Last arrow, nice strong shot from John. 2 9s, 2 solid 9s, a possible 9, maybe 10 on the 3rd arrow.
I was a bit distracted. I replied to Dylan De Vries and updated you on what we see today. We see archers from China, Italy, USA, Korea, Czech Republic, Australia, Russia, and Iran, together with those load of British archers. So I hope archers and friends worldwide will share our link and have us online the whole day and follow our Para World Championships, the last day.
Dylan, are you watching anybody in particular? Do you have a favorite home country you're supporting back there, wherever you're watching from?
As far as I see, he's from Netherlands.
Okay.
So this is the first nation following us and interacting with us. By the way, we are followed all over the world through our channel.
Yeah. If you've got a question or want a shout out to somebody, let us know. We'll keep you online.
You already told us World Archery, love it. And we love archery as well, since a lifetime, Sherry.
A lifetime. Yes, you grew up in the sport, Andreas. I know your mother from her days as a world famous field archer. And
head coach of the Italian team at that time. So, John Cavanagh will shoot this first arrow, trailing by 1 point.
That arrow that was in question with John's was kept at a 9. It was not upgraded to a 10.
Fabio has it in his hands. John must shoot his best end to try to get this bronze medal.
He has fought back quite a ways. He's only down by 3 at this point.
Yeah, 1 point per arrow is possible.
3 10s would be nice about right now, he's probably thinking. Looking nice. Azzolini is not given an inch there. He's going to make John have to work very hard if he wants to challenge him. 8.
We've seen yesterday Italy winning already some bronze medals. Actually, they won all the bronze medal matches yesterday, so this seems to be a rule for this tournament that they want to have all their bronze matches won. So Fabio with an 8, 5 points lead before the last arrow. So he needs a 10 to keep his hope alive. That's an X.
Nicely done.
So everything in the blue brings Fabio at least to a
tie.
But he didn't, as I said, he didn't shoot less than a 7.
Nope.
He shot a 9 now. 135, 131. We have Fabio Azzolini from Italy winning his bronze medal, celebrating, and you see the friendship of these archers,
yes,
shaking hands, going together. That's something I really appreciate here. They are so normal people.
Archery, in the scope of other sports, is a fairly small sport, and many friendships are created on the competition field of play that last a lifetime, and you're excited to travel to international events to see old friends and renew those relationships. And with email and Facebook and Twitter and all the social media that we have, it makes it easier to stay and keep in touch with friends that you meet across the world. There you go. That's it, folks. That's exactly the picture. Coaches alike, sharing. The judges encouraging them to make it snappy, because we have a lineup today and we've got a lot of matches to get through. And
we are at the moment 2 minutes delayed.
Oh.
But we had a nice time seeing those guys. Friendship shared. You see, that's important.